Hey guys, Philly Boy J here, back with another video. Today I'm going to be showing you guys how to make a breakfast wrap. Here's what you're going to do first. You're going to get your eggs. We're going to be using 6 eggs, but 5 would work. Crack 6 eggs, and we're going to beat these eggs up. And we're going to season them with some onion powder and some black pepper. When making this recipe, I don't add salt, but you can add a little if you like. We're going to get enough sodium from the pork bacon, so that's why I don't feel the need to add any salt. So there go our large eggs. We're going to add some milk to this. Not too much, just a little whole milk. Sometimes I add milk, sometimes I don't. It's not something that you need, but it does make the eggs a little fluffy. Alright. We're going to add our black pepper. Don't need to add too much of that. About 1/4 teaspoon. And we're going to add our onion powder. That's about 1/2 teaspoon. Okay. And we're going to beat our eggs up for about 45 seconds. We're going to set them aside and focus on our vegetables. Okay guys, so here are our vegetables. These are the vegetables that I personally like to put in my breakfast wrap. You don't have to use the tomato, that's optional. But for this particular breakfast wrap, you do want to use green peppers and onions. And you just want to make sure that you dice your vegetables up into really fine pieces. Make sure that they're fine and small as possible. Okay, now here's one thing that I do want to say. When chopping up the tomato, you do want to remove the center of the tomato. This part here. Remove that. And just chop up like the ends of the tomato into really small pieces. Like that there. Okay, so we chopped up our vegetables. We have a nice amount of onions, got a nice amount of bell peppers, and a small amount of tomatoes. Like I said, you don't need the tomatoes, but I personally think it just gives the wrap a little something special. So I like to add a little bit of tomatoes to my breakfast wrap. So let's get ready to move on to the next step. Okay guys, so you're going to move over to the stove. You're going to get a pan and place it over high heat. And we're going to fry our pork bacon now. You can use turkey bacon if you like. Okay. But I'm going to be using pork bacon. But if you don't eat pork, you don't have to use pork bacon. You can substitute with whatever kind of bacon you like. We're going to fry our bacon until it's nice and crispy. I'm going to be using about 5 slices. Okay, so I'm going to use about 2.5 per wrap. I'm going to be making 2 wraps. Nice and crispy. So you're going to get your flour tortillas or your tacos, and you're going to sprinkle your shredded cheddar cheese. to each taco. Use about 3 to 4 tablespoons. I say 3, but you can use more if you like. But I'm only use 3 per taco. Okay. You don't want it to be too cheesy to the point where it like take over the other flavors, you know, from the bacon and the vegetables and the egg. So I'll say about 3 tablespoons per taco. All right. Then you're going to get your bacon and you're going to lay it over the cheese to melt the cheese. We're going to be using, like I said, 2.5 strips of bacon per wrap. This bacon's so nice and crispy. It's delicious breakfast wrap. Alright. Let that melt the cheese. Okay. You're going to get your pan again, and this time you're going to place your pan over medium heat at first. Then you're going to add your margarine or butter. Going to let that melt, and we're going to saute our vegetables. Now that our butter has melted, we're going to add our vegetables. I am getting so excited because I love breakfast wraps. And this is smelling amazing. It's going to be so good. And we do this just to rid of the raw taste. We don't want to saute them too long, just for about 2 minutes. But you can smell the peppers, you can smell the onions too, but the tomatoes, smelling amazing. And then you're going to add your eggs. And we're not going to scramble them up just yet. We're going to let them sit for a while. You guys remember how I taught you to make scrambled eggs in my scrambled egg video about a month ago. Make sure the pan's fully covered in egg. We're going to let that sit for a while. Okay, so now we're going to begin scrambling our eggs just like this. Scramble them. Smells so good. Smells amazing. So keep tossing them for an additional minute. And this is done. It's pretty much it. It's going to be so good. We're going to add our eggs. Like that. And you can add like some taco sauce if you like, or whatever you want. You can customize it to your liking. so good. You can always add more bacon or more cheese. I'm just showing you the basic way to make this. Okay. Wrap this one up. Or you can eat it like this, like a taco. It's gonna be amazing. Listen to the crunch of the bacon. Yep. Yep. It's perfect, guys.